Good evening, all. I hope you all are having a wonderful rest of your day. Want to say Happy New Year to each of you. I pray for prosperity. I pray for abundance. I pray for you all to get everything that you work and strive for, inshallah. As you can see, the title of this particular broadcast is Work Your Plan and Plan Your Work. I know a lot of times we make New Year resolutions in the coming year. We say what we're going to do, what we intend to do, and we say what we want to do without properly planning our plan. We could actually move a little further if we actually took the time to plan our work. Sometimes we do things haphazardly at the spare of the moment and not really plan things. And as a result, we end up asking ourselves, why did such things not succeed? In everything we do, we have to have a plan. In everything, not just some things, but in everything, we have to properly plan. And when the plans don't align the way we want the plans, we have to be able to adjust to things whenever they happen, right? So we have to be able to properly adjust. And how do we properly adjust? We have to work the plan. We have to plan the work. So we have to plan the things that we're wanting. So type one if you guys can hear me. If you guys can hear me, let me get a one. Thank you, Melissa, for subscribing. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So as I stated, if we plan our work, we plan to succeed. And as I stated before, a lot of times we fail because we don't make the proper plans. Good, good, good. Well, I'm glad you guys can hear me. I'm glad you guys can hear me. I've been having some issues with the mic. So everybody that subscribed, I really appreciate you all subscribing. Like I said, I'm new to this YouTube thing, and I appreciate you all being here with me because I know you guys could be anywhere in the world, but you guys chose to be here with me, so I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So, like I said, the title is to plan your work and work your plan. And what does working your plan look like? Whatever they look like to you, because to everybody, working your plan may be different. It may look different to me. So, whatever they look like to you, whatever working the plan look like, you have to work that plan according to what it looks like to you. We have to learn how to adjust because life happens. No sense of beating ourselves up being down because life happens. Just do it again. Just try it again. Each time you fail, try it again. When we plan things, we plan everything. I do have paper and pencil. I do. And that's how a lot of times I come up with some of the things that I want to talk about because I write it down. So what state, country, etc., city are you guys tuning in from? Okay, okay, write your names. Okay. So I'm sure you probably done this before. So what's the purpose of writing the names? But like I said, we um we have to be able to acquiesce, because life happened, and because life happened, we can't get discouraged, or we can't be hard on ourselves because life happened. We have to be able to start from that point, because nobody said life is easy. Nobody said nothing about life going to be easy. Hey, Miss Melissa, how you doing? A pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you. Life is life can be difficult sometimes. When we got life figured out, here's the time we realize that hey, we don't have it figured out. We're human. We make mistakes. We do things that we shouldn't do. We say things that we shouldn't say. We're human. Don't be so hard on yourself. And this where working your plan and planning your work. Yeah, I think you're the only one. Yeah, I think you're the only one here. But I'm gonna talk to you like I'm talking to 1,000 people. So, and like I said, I believe we tend to mess up because we get hard on ourselves because things don't work out the way we think they should work. Life don't move the way we think it should work. So we tend to be hard on ourselves. We have to give ourselves grace. We have to give ourselves uh we have to forgive ourselves because no one said life is easy. And life didn't come with a manual. So we're all figuring this thing out. Oftentimes we get discouraged, we get bent out of shape because we may not get the things that we want, or we may not be able to hold on to the things that we want. But we shouldn't be hard on ourselves. But what we should do, we should take that thing that we may felt like should have been, take it and learn from it. Learn what to do, how to do, and where to do the next time. A lot of times we see people get on YouTube and we see videos where people are doing things to not be, not the most productive things. And we tend to like it. Why? Because we want to be entertained. If it's something that's going to be stimulating to us, we tend to not want it. We tend to run away from it, shun away from it. But we want something that's going to make us feel good. And sometimes the things that make us feel good is not the best thing for us. But we can't tell each other that, because if we say that, then hey, hey, you're being a stick in the mud, or you're being a Debbie Downer, or you being whatever. So it goes back to working your plan and planning your work. Even with this, I'm new to YouTube. This is my first time, getting myself out there because I'm shy. I tend to react to what people may think of me. In 2026, I want to do something different. I want to give myself a little more grace. I want to be able to work my plan while planning my work. Every time I see someone homeless, I give them water or money. And that's what the world's missing. If we had 10 people like that would give to the less fortunate, I feel like the world would be in a way better place than where we are. Now, granted, just a little something about myself. No, I tend to not like tipping as much. Not because I don't want to tip, but a lot of times I don't tip because I feel like we have to we have to deserve what we work for, right? So if I'm gonna tip you, then then your service have to be good enough for me to be able to say, hey, I believe this person deserves a tip. Now, granted, I understand that a lot of times some of those people they live off the tips, and I understand. And it goes back to what I'm saying. In everything we do, we have to plan our work. We have to work the plan and plan our work. No matter what we feel, no matter what we think, no matter how we think a situation should be, we have to be able to acquiesce to whatever life situation happens. Because it's not going to always be like that. It's not going to always be that way. And even in the midst of that, we have to love ourselves enough to be honest with ourselves, right? We have to be able to be honest enough that we have to tell the truth, even if telling the truth is against our own selves. Sometimes things happen in life where we may not agree with some of the things that happen. And we may be at fault for some of the things that happen. But we have to have courage enough for the truth. The truth of the matter that we're not going to always do everything right because we're humans. And humans at some point make mistakes, but we have to be willing to grow from those mistakes. We have to be able to see what we could do different in that regard. And sometimes the truth, well, not sometimes, but oftentimes the truth hurts. A lot of times we say we want the truth, but when we get the truth, we can't stand it. We can't take it because why? Because the truth, most of the time, is stern. And we rather listen to the comfortable lie than hear the stern truth. And this is where working your plan and planning your work protects you. Because if you tell the truth and you plan your work, you won't have the opportunity to do nothing outside of that. Right? I'm just here, I'm just venting a little bit. I'm um just expressing myself, expressing how I feel about some things, in hopes that something that I say, somebody can get something that I say and use it. Yeah. Without the struggle, ones won't appreciate the ease. Without the struggle, we wouldn't appreciate paradise. So we have to go through some things in order for things to be better. Things don't just get better overnight. Things don't just get better instantly. You have to work towards it. You have to plan for it. You have to plan for the hardships. You have to plan for the ups and downs, and you have to make plans to offset other plans. In everything, you have to have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C. If plan A don't work, then hey, what you gonna do next? If plan A, B don't work, then hey, you got to go to plan C, and so on and so forth. A lot of times we fail because we only have a plan A. We don't have a plan B. We don't have a plan C because we think plan A is enough. We think we know everything. We think we can't be wrong. We think everything moves according to us, in which why things fail. But the minute we realize that nothing is perfect, nothing is impenetrable. Once we realize that and we understand that we can be wrong, we understand that we could be in error, that somebody else can be right, that somebody else could know what's best. And this is where you work your plan and plan your work. And this is what makes you stronger mentally, emotionally, physically. I'm still here. Melissa, I appreciate you still being here with me. I appreciate it. And I thank everybody that's still here. I thank you all for still being here with me. I appreciate it. I take my hat off to people who have YouTube channels and that talk on these YouTube channels because it takes a lot getting on here and being able to talk to people, especially people that you don't know. You being able to talk to people, share ideas with people. So ones that have YouTube channels, my hat, I tip my hat to you all. I respect you all so, so very much because this is not an easy thing to do. This is definitely not an easy thing to do, right? And so with that said, I appreciate you all. And Melissa, Jill, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And again, my hat goes off to you. If you go, if you have a YouTube channel and you talk to people, my hat goes off to you because, like I said, this is not an easy thing to do. Talking to people, and trying to engage people. This is definitely not an easy thing. But it goes back to practice makes perfect. If you want to perfect something, you have to practice at it. Rome wasn't built overnight, like they say. If you want to perfect it, you have to practice it. If you want the perfect relationship, you have to practice those things in the relationship that makes a relationship perfect. If you want a perfect partnership, you have to practice being a perfect partner. In everything, you have to plan your work because nothing is easy, right? Nothing comes without sacrifice. Nothing comes without work. It's hard being in relationships. It's hard being in partnerships. It's hard being in friendships because it requires work. There's gonna be things in your relationship, situationship, partnership, friendship, etc. There's gonna be things that's gonna be hard for you to deal with, but you have to have courage enough for the truth. You got to be able to have patience. Oh, okay, okay, okay. You have to have courage enough for the truth. You have to understand that what you do makes or breaks your situation. What's your favorite holiday? I don't really have a favorite. I don't actually celebrate holidays. To me, it's just another day. So I don't necessarily say I have a favorite holiday. What about yours? And I pray that everybody have a wonderful new year. And I pray that everything that you pray for, everything that you seek counsel from Allah for, I pray that you get everything that you ask. Everything you work for, I pray that you get it. I ask that we all have a little patience with ourselves. I ask that we all have a little mercy on ourselves. And I pray and I ask that we continue to be guided in everything that we do. In all we do, I pray and I ask that we continue to ask the guidance of God. Because only thing that we do for God is gonna last. Everything else, yeah, it's fun, it looks good, but what we do for God is the only thing that's gonna last. And that's the only thing that matters. You know, I can get on here and gossip, go back and forth, and probably get 1,000 subscribers, get 1,000 viewers, and get 1,000 likes. But I don't feel like there's nothing positive on the internet nowadays. Everybody's talking towards whatever particular thing, and there's nothing positive on the internet. There's nothing lasting on the internet. So I hope that I can bring you guys some positivity. I can bring you guys some inspiration. Even going through what I'm going through, I still find the means to smile. I still find the opportunity to smile because life is short. Life is not promised. Even if you're going through something, realize there's someone going through something way worse than you. So you have every reason to smile. You have every reason to be happy. You have every reason to be thankful. As long as you have your health, your strength, and you have life, you can make today better than yesterday. And you can make tomorrow better than today as long as you have life. And I pray and I ask Allah to continue to keep us, guide us, and give us all direction. To keep us away from anything that goes against nature, that goes against goes against the goodness. And I love you all, and I pray that you continue to have a wonderful rest of your day. And with that, I say peace.